All right, welcome to the Grand Canyon. Today I'm going to be discussing how you can become a junior front-end developer in 2022, no experience. This is not the Grand Canyon, this is Texas. But I will still tell you how to do it because I am a software engineer myself at a Utah financial technology company. And it is a large financial technology company. And I have no experience in finances. So I have figured out the secrets on how you can do it. And I started out with a physics degree, so you don't need a fancy computer science degree to get a job as a front-end developer. And you might be saying, well, you're a physics degree, you must be a genius. Well, I don't want to pat my back too hard here, but I was really bad at physics. So there you go. You don't need to be smart. You just need to know how to press the funny buttons on the keyboard. And I'm going to show you the special techniques on the right order to press those buttons. But, all right, so I have 3 steps for you on how to do this. All right, I need you to triple click that like button or the wild bears of Texas will attack me, even though this is a green screen, because look how bad this green screen. I'm getting a new green screen. I'll fix this, don't worry. I'm sorry, did I say I have no experiences in finances? I'll have you know, I have a Roth IRA and I maxed out every single month. Year. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. But anyways, so my 3 steps are, first one is you want to learn and improve the required skills for front-end development, right? So what are the required skills? Well, the required skills are, how to make a website. I guess that's kind of a big part of front-end development. Of course, there's a back-end part of a website as well, which, you need to know like a general concept as well. But I guess for the front end nowadays, general modern frameworks, there's 3 that come to mind when most developers think of modern frameworks. I guess some of them aren't technically frameworks, but we'll still call them frameworks. And the first one, they're Angular, React, and Vue. And you might say, which one do I pick? That's already too many choices. I can only choose one choice. And yeah, maybe you do your own research, which one you like the most. My advice though is that, like, from experience, Angular, people like have used like Angular 1 when it kind of like 2016, I remember 2018, and then once Angular 2 came around, like it wasn't backwards compatible. And then they spent like 2 years working on this one project, and all that went to waste because Angular made a silly decision. Well, maybe it wasn't silly for them, but it definitely wasted 2 years of development. Imagine that. You spend 2 years working on this project and it becomes obsolete. That's the nightmare as a developer. So, that doesn't mean Angular nowadays has that issue. I'm sure they're a little bit better towards compatibility in versions. But anyways, yeah, then React and Vue. Vue is like the hipster framework. I don't feel like too many people use Vue, but of course there have been. I have been on some interviews where they say, "Yeah, this is Vue. Are you interested in learning this technology?" And if that comes up in the interview, you got to say, "Of course, I'm interested in learning this technology, even though you don't really care about this hipster technology." I feel like React is definitely the most popular. So that's what you would probably want to learn. So the step 1 is you learn that, and how you learn that is the big question here. So my favorite technique of learning things is actually by doing things, because watching a video on how you're going to learn how to become a developer doesn't really help you. This video is going to help you. The one you're currently on is going to help you because I'm not showing you how to do the React development right now. I'm just telling you steps to take, which you can learn without watching videos. Because you're probably on a track right now of, I need to become a developer because I hate my day job at blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so you can learn it using, of course, there's a lot of get the basics down and then start building your own applications to learn. So you can get the basics down. There's plenty of places like React has their own just go to Google React and you can say just go basically go to React's website and they have step-by-steps on how to get started, create a React app, create some cool buttons, and then eventually after that you can go and do it yourself. Of course, you can take Udemy courses as well. There's plenty of courses online. I wouldn't spend too much time on courses though. A lot of the times they just try to get you for the money work. Although some of them are pretty good. Okay, so first you got to learn it or improve the skills you already have. That's step one. Step two is you want to prepare your portfolio and resume. And this is important because the way job hirers are looking is they want to see keywords on the right. Sorry, they don't even look at the resumes. They have computers look at your resumes for you. This is how silly our civilization has become. So they have computers look at your resumes, the resumes for you. And if they don't have like certain keywords, like React is there like 5 times, CSS is there 5 times, and then they won't even look at it. I have made videos before on how to make a really good resume, so you can check them out. I'll see if I can find them. It's been over like a couple of years now, so it might be difficult to find, but I definitely have made videos. And so definitely preparing your portfolio and resume is very good. I remember I used LaTeX to prepare my resume. It just makes it look cleaner. You don't want to have too much white space. You have to have the keywords, React, CSS, HTML, all that kind of stuff. You want to have projects as well, because we're having key here. This video is about having no experience, right? Well, I mean, it's technically impossible to have no experience and get, well, I wouldn't say impossible to have no experience and get hired. So you want to appear that you have experience. And this is where having those projects is going to come in handy. Like I would have at least 3 projects, the more the merrier. But if you can describe into detail on your resume of what you did in those projects. So you might, I've gotten a lot of questions before, what projects do I make? Well, that's kind of difficult to answer because I'm not you, but I would probably make projects that you're interested in. If you're like a certain video game or something like that, maybe make projects to make statistics on that video game. Of course, a lot of these things would require a backend, in which case you can learn backend as well. It's always good to be a full stack developer because it's easier to find a job, supposedly. But then there's the other idea that if you're a master of everything, you're a master of nothing. But I didn't say that. Okay, I did say that. But anyways, you got to make projects about what you're interested in. If you don't have a backend, there's plenty of websites where you can get a backend. Like you can look up Star Wars API. You can use GraphQL Star Wars API. And I made a simple project of that for a take-home interview, and it's pretty cool actually. GraphQL is actually really interesting. It's kind of up and coming thing, so you might want to learn that as well. It's a lot of keywords. You want to really prioritize the keywords on your resume, and if that works, if the computer reads it properly, then you might get a person to read it. And yeah, they might look, oh wait, this person doesn't have any real world experience. They don't have any internships. They might turn it down, but there is a chance that they say, hey, I'll give this guy a chance, gal a chance. And once you get that chance, though, we'll move on to step 3, and that is learning the interview game. And I've spent actually a lot of time in these last couple months interviewing, because I've been out of interviewing for a while, but I feel like I have definitely gotten better at it as the years have gone by. And I'm not saying that because I've gotten more experience, after 3.5 years of software engineering, because I really didn't do much interviewing in that time, interviewing other people, because I was kind of too junior, or interviewing other companies because I kind of don't really like my company. But I feel like one of the keys for the interview game is to act like you're a friend of the interviewer. Don't get too nice, but you want to read the room. If they're an older guy, and yeah, if they're basically an older guy who's not cracking any jokes, they're super serious, maybe don't be too friendly. Maybe you want to be super formal for that guy. But if it's a normal, young, or maybe not normal, but sorry, normal is not the right word there, but a young kind of person who looks really friendly, who's cracking jokes, crack that jokes back. And of course, that's nothing related to front-end development. But if I was a hirer, I would probably want to hire the person that was a nice person to work with. And there's a lot of things you can do to be a good interviewer. So, I mean, of course, you want to do research on that as well. Maybe, but there's a lot of steps to this. So you have to get into the interviews as like the first step. The second step is you want to actually do good in the interviews. And then once you do good in the interviews, you get the offer. Of course, there's the fourth hidden step of learning negotiation stage. But I feel like that really only happens when you have, I mean, you can really only negotiate when you have, well, I mean, you can negotiate all the time. You can kind of hide to say, yeah, I have 5 offers and they're all offering me like 200K. But a lot of times they might read your bluff and you might not get anything. So, but we'll just focus on the 3 steps of learning the interview game, preparing your portfolio and resume, and learning the skills. And I guess those are really the basic steps to it. This might take you several months to, just from absolutely nothing to, to learn the React or whatever framework you want. Learn React and then go in for all the way from like Googling what React is to getting the job into as a software like front-end developer. I guess another key thing here is where do you apply? And that's a really good question. My opinion is you want to apply to as many places as you can if you have the time. Yeah, it's basically as many places as you can. If you want a really good job, I would probably look at the Fortune 500 and just apply to, wow, I look weird. Apply to the, all the Fortune 500 companies. Of course, there's like nonprofits as well, which aren't in the Fortune 500, which I worked at a nonprofit. It was pretty good. So I wouldn't count those out as well. Any company that is in the Fortune 500 has a website, and that website needs to be built or worked on or maintained. And yeah, so that's my opinion. Of course, I mean, it's not really an opinion. Pretty much all companies have a website that need to be worked on. I guess, yeah, if you want to get a job at like the really big companies, like the FANG companies, if you don't know what FANG is, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, I guess they call it Manga now because Facebook is Meta. Or it's called Meta, it's not Meta. But if you want to get a job at those companies, you need to like study LeetCode and stuff like that. Even if you're doing a front end, if you really want to be a front end developer, they still ask you like LeetCode style questions. If you don't know what LeetCode is, it is kind of like really, LeetCode is a website, by the way. You can Google it. But LeetCode is just difficult questions, programming questions. Maybe not difficult, but kind of analytical that have, data structures and algorithms in them. But that's for another video because I spent too much time studying those. But yeah, those are my 3 steps. Learn the skills, get the resume, and learn the interview game. I can go deeper into each of those steps, but I feel like I just want to get this video out here since I haven't made a video in a while. And yeah, I've started my new job in Utah, so I feel like I want to share my knowledge to my audience. All right, I will. That's the end of this video. Make sure. Oh, I forgot to say. Yeah, don't forget to triple click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.